And we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Test Drive. Oop, I forgot to update my my counters here. Just realized that. Always something, huh? There we go. Feeling a lot better about that. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We're doing Dinosaurs today. Didn't get to do the deck tech post before the stream happened. I spent a little bit more time tinkering with this deck to make sure everything worked as I wanted it to. Decklist is in the description if you guys want to look at it while we go over it. But let's go over it right here really quickly before we get into the matches. Starting up, we have the one drop slot. We have 3 Reckless Rage. This is like, I feel like, one of the premier removal cards from Rakdos of Ixalan for us. It's a 1-mana instant, deals 4 damage to target creature you don't control and 2 damage to target creature you do control. We have Raptor Hatchlings. We have Ripjaw Raptors. We even have Polyraptors here for the Enrage trigger to go off with that card. Really helps us remove a creature on their side of the field, as well as giving us those Enrage triggers that help out our board state. Next up here, we have 4 Community Dinosaurs. Great way to get land, great way to get dinosaurs. 4 Raptor Hatchlings, a card that a lot of people don't like attacking into if they're on aggro, and there are a lot of aggro decks right now in the format. We have a 4 Thunderhead Migration, basically rampant growth for us in this deck. 4 Deathgorge Scavenger, a fantastic card for us, a 3/2 that comes in, can exile cards from the graveyard, good at shutting down any kind of graveyard reanimation strategies, especially the Roundup Red strategy with the Jackal from Amonkhet block. 2 Wayward Swordtooth here. I almost put a 3rd one in here, but I think 2 is fine. 3 mana 5/5 with Ascend. We can apply additional land on each turn, and of course when it hits Ascend, it's a 3 mana 5/5 that can just start attacking out. Then 3 Journey to Eternity. This is a fantastic card for us. 3 mana that goes in and actually, when something dies, it brings it back and it comes back flipped. And even if we pay 5 mana, we can bring creatures from our graveyard back to the battlefield. This card is really good attached to a Raptor Hatchling because people don't want to kill it because it makes a 3/3. Then Raptor comes back and it can make another 3/3. A good way for us to do this is turn 2 Raptor Hatchling, turn 3 Journey, turn 4. If it doesn't die on that block, turn 4 Reckless Rage, kill their Hatchling, get a 3/3. Get the Hatchling back, and then have another Hatchling to block. 4 Ripjaw Raptor here, 4 Register Alpha, you know what that is. Then the Tetsamok here, it's from the Rivals of Ixalan, a great card for us. Basically our removal suite, being able to board wipe, kind of slow burn style. And then 2 Polyraptor here. This card is fantastic with the Reckless Rage. And of course we have Swordtooth and Thunderhead Migration. We're going to get to 8 mana really quickly. I've got this 5 and 6 mana on turn 3 quite often and reliably. Then, of course, on the sideboard here, we have 3 Duress, 2 Trespasser's Curse against those token strategies that are popping up here. Really needed to bring that in. Thrashing Brontodon, I kind of replaced a Braid over this card. I do like this card a bit more because it does survive, you know, a no energy, Harness Lightning, it survives Braids, survives Lightning Strikes, things like that. Really useful for us. 3 Vrasis Contempt, 2 Hour Devastation for the board wipe stuff, and 2 Carnage Tyrant to replace the Polyraptors in case we're going up against any kind of control matchup. But that's the full 75. Let's go into the matches today. When you eventually make dinosaurs, please, please, please put in 4 Hammer Skulls. They need a forever home after being used and abused and limited. I might, for sure. I definitely will be doing the Dinosaurs deck next week. This is actually an okay keep for us because we have Commune with Dinosaurs in our hand, and we're on the draw, so I want to keep this for sure. Again, keep in mind, Thunderhead Migration is basically just a rampant growth for us. Why no Daddy Galta? A lot of the times that card was a dead card in my hand for several turns, and I just didn't like it at all. Daring Buccaneer, looks like we're going up against Pirates here. Let's see what we can do. Getting in a Blooming Marsh first. Going for a Commune with Dinosaurs as well. Let's see, we have Forester. That's what we want to go for to make sure that a Rootbound Crag comes in untapped. In any order. Now, one of the things is we're going to take a beating in the early turns if we're against aggro, but of course, in the mid to late game, we're going to just take over the match with turn after turn of bombs. Ripjaw Raptor by itself can shut down a strategy. Though this is Rakdos Pirates. Nice. So they're going to have Fatal Push for the Ripjaw Raptor with the Revolt trigger. Another Blooming Marsh here for us. I think that is perfectly fine. Let's go for a Thunderhead. Let's reveal a Deathgorge Scavenger. We're not going to reveal in our big bombs just yet. I want to go out for probably a Mountain here. We do have 2 black mana. I think that's fine. Remember, we only need 2 black mana in the entire deck to have the black kind of go off on us. Going to pass turn here. You said the thing. Dino Incubator. Warmed up and ready to deploy. Ooh, Direfleet Captain here. Opponent going to be able to attack out for quite a bit this next turn. 2, 3, going in for 5. Rakdos Pirates is very good if you guys haven't played into that just yet. I like it quite a bit. Very effective. We're going to see if we can actually beat it, though, in this particular matchup. Ripjaw Raptor is definitely coming in here. Grasping Scoundrel. Very nice. Let's go for a Rebound Crag here. Let's see. We could go for a Commune and a Deathgorge Scavenger, or we could go for a Raptor. I think Raptor to block. Obviously, they're going to want to continue to attack out. They have little to do to handle this except for Vrasa's Contempt, which they are getting close to 4 mana. But having that in game 1 is kind of like usual. So we'll see what happens. I do think we're going to get attacks out here. We can block the Daring Buccaneer. And then they're going to maybe Fatal Push our Ripjaw Raptor. We're going to get a card draw off that. And the next turn we'll play out our Register Alpha to build out again. Again, we're in the mid to late game now on turn 4. Getting into turn 5. And we'll be playing bombs turn after turn. Two cards in our opponent's hand. Again, one of the things with the aggro deck is they run out of gas very quickly. So they want to be attacking out every single turn. Ooh, they kept back their Direfleet Captain. Interesting. We're going to block the Daring Buccaneer here. Let's see what they got. Lightning Strike on the Raptor. A Braid on the Raptor. Okay, that's fine. We're going to draw 2 cards from this then. I'm going to pass this song up. Nice. Raptor Hatchling is also an aggro deck's worst nightmare. Very cool. Ripjaw Raptor doing extra work for us this turn. Drawing us 2 cards. 2 Raptors! Nice! Alright, well, we're good. We're good to go then. We can obviously block this. And Fathom Fleet Captain's going to come in. It's a 2-1, so we can double block that with the Raptor Hatchlings as well. Let's see what our opponent's going to... Or let's see what we draw into next for our next draw. Blooming Marsh here. Let's go for a Forest. We could go for a Register Alpha here. They do have 0 cards in hand, so they're in top deck mode now. I don't mind playing out the Register Alpha. They will probably want to sink mana into the Fathom Fleet Captain, so we want to block that first. So that does mean we're going to be attacking out, or we're going to be taking 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6, just 6, dropping down to 7 there, or 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We could get out a Scavenger and a Raptor Hatchling, or we could get out a Thunderhead Migration, and then a Scavenger. I think getting out the Alpha here is worth it, honestly. Because we can block the Fathom Fleet, not lose any of our creatures. That's the move for us. We're going to pass turn here. We're not going to attack out. We're going to wait for them to attack in. See what they top deck into. Again, they don't have the proper mana for a Vrasa's Contempt. But they might have a Fatal Push on top. Getting into attacks here. Now this is really where we start to turn the tide against the aggro decks. Turn 4, turn 5 is when we can basically just overwhelm our opponent. Alright. One of the things we can also do is just we can block the Alpha, or block the Captain with the Alpha. But I do think they're going to pay the 2 life, or 2 mana here for a 2/2. That's fine. We'll want to kill the Fathom Fleet here. We're going to take a 6. But next turn we'll be able to play out 2 other creatures. Let's see if they have a kill spell. They don't have a kill spell. They have Direfleet Poisoner here that gives it Death Touch. So that is pretty good for them. What's up, Scuba? Nice. Good job for them there. Raptor Hatchling once again. Wow. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, now we're in a weird situation where we could go for a Commune with Dinosaurs here. Let's go for a Commune, get 2 Raptor Hatchlings out here. Would like to get into a Register Alpha, honestly. We have a Polyraptor there. I'm not going to get the Polyraptor there. Let's get a Mountain out. I think we actually want to go for a Raptor and a Deathgorge Scavenger here because of the life gain we get from the creature card exile. Great top deck for our opponent here. Getting into some decent life gain there, going up to 7. Does help our situation a little bit. But does mean we are still going to take some damage this next turn. Let's see. They'll want to attack out 1 card in hand. Is it a fatal push? Oh, opponent top decking like a champ here, man. Wow. Yeah, we've lost this match now. We can block the big here, and they can get us in for 6. Drop us to 1. Any punts yet? Not yet, Ezra. However, our opponent is top decking like a champ. Gotta block the 5/5 here. Gonna take 6, go to 1. Journey to Eternity is fun here, but it's not going to be enough. Obviously, we can get out the Hatchling. Hatchling, but that's going to do it. Let's concede here. Wow, opponent. They top decking like a champ. Let's get rid of Journey to Eternity here. It's too slow. Same thing with Polyraptor. Bringing in Hour Devastation. We want to bring in probably Trespasser's Curse as well. Actually, not Trespasser's Curse. Let's take that out. Let's bring in 2 Vrass's Contempt. That helps us a little bit. Let's sort real quick. I do like Duress here to help get rid of those removal spells in the early match. Let's see here. Scavengers we want to keep in. Any kind of passive life gain we want to keep in here. Tetsamok could also be very good. Alpha's amazing. Raptor's good. Let's bring in, keep the 2 Duress in here and take out 1 Commune. I think that's fine. We should have him next game, but opponent straight up top decking like a champ. Wow. Surprising. That Flash Death Toucher in the Pirate build is amazing. If you guys are building into the Rakdos Pirates, that is a card you definitely want to include. Surprised you're playing Polyraptor, but not Forerunner, or a Jean. Yeah, Johnny's interesting. Yeah, because that's the Infinite. They'll feel like playing the Infinite. Play first, yes. So your Thunderhead Migration, Raptor Hatchling, Scavenger, and another Thunderhead Migration. This is a decent hand for us. We're gonna keep. We don't have a turn 1 Duress. That's okay, though. We'll go into a Migration the next turn. Go for a black mana. Should be fine. Anthony Duress, insert Kevin Hart meme. We can't do it turn 1, because we are turn 1 here. But we can do it turn 3 if you want to, if we're feeling like it. Let's go for a Forest here and pass. Been seeing red or energy? I've seen energy quite a bit. I mean, those decks aren't really slowed down that much. Ramp Red didn't really suffer at all. Let's go for a Rootbound Crag here, and then go for a Migration since they didn't have a turn 1 play. Reveal a Raptor. Get a Swamp from this. We have our 2 Swamps. Pass turn. Keep in mind we have our other Thunderhead Migration here, so we want to play that out as soon as possible too, because we brought in Vrass's Contempts and those other double black mana cards. Michael, might want to start getting out a Hatchling instead of Thunderhead. I don't agree for this reason, and the reason is because our opponent played in their tap land. It's like we knew. No, it's a great reason for us to just play to our advantage here. We're going to reveal the Raptor Hatchling once again, get another Swamp. We could go for a Duress, but I do think a Raptor Hatchling is fine. It's going to get Fatal Push probably. But I didn't want to Duress a Fatal Push out. I wanted to Duress out either something a little bit more substantial. Yeah, there's a push. That's fine. Seven cards in opponent's hand. If near Deadlands, let's see your creature play here. Is it a Duress for me? Would be funny if it was. Nope, maybe not. Oh, what's happening? Okay, they're going for red here. Carry Zev, okay. Yeah, turn 3 we have 5 mana, so we should be good to go. Might use Sheltered Thicket for a cycling. There's a mountain there for us. Let's go for a duress here. See what they got. If it's another Fatal Push, we definitely want to get rid of it. Walk the plank, Yahenni's Contempt. Well, they need 4 mana for the Contempt. They have 3 creatures in their hand. Plank is going to be the one to go this particular turn. Ouch. Either way, this is not fun to do, but we would definitely want to get rid of Plank first because it's more easier to deal with. All right, we're going to just get rid of a Plank for now. Yes, sure. Let's cycle that Thicket. Okay, fine. Go from a Thicket to a Thicket. Pass this song. Pass this song. There we go. Don't want to block with your Death or Scavenger this turn. We want to continue to attack out. Don't mind trading blows here. Now keep in mind they do have Fathom Fleet and Ruin Raider. They're probably going to play out Ruin Raider this turn, depending on what they get into this particular turn. If they got into mana, they probably would have played it out immediately for Vraska's Contempt. But we'll see what happens. That's a Thicket. Cycle Thicket into Thicket. It's true. Weird. Yeah, Ruin Raider's coming in. There it is. Got a Direfleet Poisoner there. Goodness, getting into some mana here. Let's get rid of the Sheltered Thicket here. Let's see what we can get into. Another mana? Oh, come on, deck. Come on. Let's go with a Raptor Hatchling here so we can gain some life. Especially now that we've just mana flooded. Travis. Thick. Oh, man. All right. Opponent swinging in for 6 this turn. Now, if we can draw something besides mana, I think we'll be fine. Getting a Thicket into a Thicket and then a Thicket into a land is not fantastic at all. Fathom Fleet coming in here. We're actually in game 2 here. Kieran, so I'm not crazy. Dinos are bad and the RNG gods are trying to punish us for playing a dino deck. No. Rigging Runner for our opponent. Reckless Rage is hilarious. We are going to want to pump our Scavenger here. See if they want to block with something. Looks like no blocks. We probably want to kill the Fathom Fleet here. Removal spell is nice. Alright. We've got plenty of bombs in the main board here. Let's see what we get into. 6 cards for our opponent's hand. Lots of creatures. Getting in for 6, 7, 8 points of damage. Dropping me down to 5. Up to 219. What's up, guys? If you're new to the channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I stream Monday through Friday at noon Central Standard Time. Do 5 matches or 3 p.m., whichever one we hit first. I say 3 p.m. because sometimes we play Control or against Control, and those matches are slow. Rigging Runner coming in once again. So now if we attack out, we'll have to get rid of Thunderhead Migration from our side of the field. Another land! Oh my gosh. That's game. What we would have had next. Draw a card. Rip, draw Raptor. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into match 2 here. Sometimes the MTG gods just don't want to give you stuff. What's up, Elijah? Opening hand here has Commune, Register Alpha, 4 lands. This is not terrible because Commune can help us get into a creature that we need. Keep. We're actually on the draw as well, so we have a pretty good advantage here. The funniest thing is, too, is whenever I was deck testing, I had 23 lands. I went up to 24 because I kept running into situations where I wouldn't get the proper colors I needed. Played around a lot with that, too. Raptor Hatching is fantastic for us. Let's go for a Blooming Marshing and then go for a Commune with Dinosaurs. Shelter Thicket or Raptor Hatchling. I think we want to go... Eternity here is also amazing. We probably want to go for a Raptor Hatchling here. Let's see what our opponent's playing here. Blue-black is probably going to be Control of some sort. So I want to say Scavenger or Hatchling are probably going to be good choices. Let's go for Scavenger. I think that's going to be the pick for us. Pass. What's up, Tyler? Seem pretty keyed up today. You on caffeine or something? Oh, yeah. I got some caffeine today. Got some caffeine in me. I feel like I can be a little bit, you know, better if I have caffeine in my system. Let's go for a mountain here and try and go for a Raptor Hatchling. See if it's going to hit. Might not get it to hit because of a Essence Scatter. There have been control decks that are popping up now and then that are trying to combat the aggro meta. And they're doing an okay job. But it's very difficult. It's an uphill battle for them. Reckless Rage here is fantastic for us. Let's get a Rootbound Crag here. We want to attack in first before we play out the Scavenger. Alright, get down to 19. Let's see if this gets Essence Scattered or Censored. They didn't hit their land drop for the turn. We're going to say no. And pass turn. Fatal Push on the Raptor, maybe? A Braid, okay. So this is Grixis Control, most likely. How do you find the Wayward Sawtooths? You draw into them. Reckless Rage here is a great card to trade with the Glintsleeve Siphoner. Opponent's having mana trouble now. Let's go into a Blooming Marsh. I think that's fine. Let's get in for some damage first. They're not going to want to block it, obviously. And then we're going to Reckless Rage, getting a 3/3. Nice. Let's go for Reckless Rage here. Should have done that on our main phase 2 when they were tapped out. My ticker was not enabled on that. But it doesn't matter. Build my wife a Naya ramp deck. Needs tuning though. Yeah, I do think the dinosaur decks can really get there this time thanks to Ravels of Ixalan. We just need to do a lot of tweaking because the deck Dinosaurs, Jund, and all the other like lists that I keep seeing look amazing. Yeah, opponent's really struggling with their 2 lands here. We're just going to continue to press our advantage and run them over. Let's see if they have an Essence Scatter or a Censor. Looks like an Essence Scatter. That's fine. We have another one in hand. Let's get in for 3. Happy Dinosaur Day, everyone. What's up, Josh? We're doing all right. First game we went up against Rakdos Pirates, and both hands just kind of fell flat for us. Also, game 1, our opponent top decked like a champ. They top decked into exactly what they needed every single time. Harness Lightning for our token here. Not bad. Again, opponent is really struggling with their land here. On turn 6, still no land for them. We're land aplenty right now. Let's get an alpha and just start swinging. What about 4-color dinos, no blue? Maybe. Depends. Alright. There's a land for our opponent. Whirler Virtuoso. That's what this deck is. Okay, okay. I was wondering what this deck was. Let's go for a mountain here. Ripjaw Raptor is a good play for us. It's probably game, honestly, because we have so much advantage right now. Because that creature has haste, thanks to the alpha. I just realized we're Jund. Why are we Jund? Kieran for Journey to Eternity. Some reanimation. Also, you have the Prey counter Dinosaur, which is a lot of fun too. Greetings from Greece. Oops, Stavros. Taking an exam tomorrow, and instead I'm reading and watching Dinos beating down Grixis energy. Oh, man. Yeah, this is Grixis energy for sure now. After seeing the Whirler, we know it's energy. And we know we must demolish it. Going down to 5 here. They have 1 turn. Let's see them get into another energy and maybe Bantu. Nope, that's it. Okay, let's go into game 2 here. All right. Trespasser's Curse. If this is a Whirler deck, we want to bring those in. Polyraptor's coming out to lower our curve. We definitely want to bring in the Thrashing Brontodons over the Deathgorge Scavengers. They're just a lot more efficient in the artifact slot here. I do think they also beat the Abrade trade too. 1 hour could come in if we wanted to. I think Carnage Tyrant could also be fun. Tetsamok is good, but it's not good against a lot of tokens, so we want to just bring in Carnage Tyrant over the Tetsamok, which does lower our curve again from the black. We do still have Trespasser's Curse in here. I think we want to bring in 2 Duress, maybe. Maybe Vraska's Contempt instead. Let's bring in 2 Contempt and take out 2 Journeys. Take out another Journey and leave in a Scavenger. Actually, take out a Scavenger and leave in a... I put it in Hour. I think that's better. Let's look at the curve here. I think we're good to go. Julian, I have not. I was a little slow today in putting this deck together. Was tinkering for quite a while to make sure this deck was the way I wanted it to work, or was working the way I wanted it to work. The mana base was very difficult for Jund, especially because of all the buddy lands and stuff. This hand is not bad. We are going to be on the draw, so it could be good. However, not having red mana is kind of the clincher here, so we're going to mulligan. Let's see, getting in with a Commune, having again red mana and Raptor Hatchling with Reckless Rage. This is better because we have Commune. We're going to keep this. Opponent mulligan to 6 as well. Put that on top. Thank you. Let's go for a Forest here and Commune turn 1. Could go for a Wayward Swordtooth or a Thrashing Brontodon. I feel like the Brontodon is the better move here, unless we really want to just go for mana. But I do think everything in our hand is fine, so let's go for the Brontodon, because that's going to help us kind of get through the early games with a Braid and Harness Lightning when they have 0 energy. Yeah, red-black mana base is pretty slow at the moment. I agree. Wholeheartedly. Let's go for a Mountain here and then go for a Raptor Hatchling, see if it dies to anything. Might get Fatal Push thanks to the black here from our opponent. Gonna hit 6. They might just want to go for a Whirler Virtuoso here. Try and get that out. Nope, Glintsleeve Siphoner. Very nice. Let's go for a Rootbound Crag and then go for a Thrashing Brontodon or either a Reckless Rage. I think Reckless Rage is the better move here. Let's get in for attacks here. I'd say Galta is probably more castable. Michael, I liked Galta and it was in the original build, but I took it out because there was just so much in the meta that would just demolish it. So, like, it would demolish our board state. And so if you don't have a board state with Galta, then you're just dead. So, let's get out the Hatchling here. Good to do. Yeah, we want to get rid of Glintsleeve Siphoner because it's an energy producer and a card draw advantage, as well as just a menace creature. So, just a pain to deal with. Got into 4 mana here. Spiral Left Canal coming in tapped. Opponent has 4 cards in hand, and they're just going to pass turn. Looks like they're going to hold up for a counter here. We draw onto a Carnage Tyrant. Could try for Ripjaw Raptor first, but I think Thrashing Brontodon might be better here. But we're going to attack out first. Get 4 points of damage in. Let's try for Thrashing Brontodon first. Ripjaw Raptor is more important to us as far as card draw and advantage, as well as being able to have 5 toughness to withstand some power. They do have 1 energy, so they can destroy this, but I think they're probably going to have a Essence Scatter or a Supreme Will. There it is. That's fine by me. How is standing right now? I'm concerned about Approach of the Second Sun and Settle the Wreckage. Jake, there are a lot of great cards to deal with Settle the Wreckage, and right now Approach I feel like is too slow to deal with the aggro meta. So Glorybringer coming in, nice. Opponent's going to want to kill the 3/3 here with Exerting. If they don't exert though, might be okay. One of the best things is that Reckless Rage deals 4 damage for 1 mana, so we can actually kill the Glorybringer here. They are going to exert. They're completely tapped out as well, so we're going to bring in Ripjaw Raptor this next turn, unless we get into a Reckless Rage. Commune with Dinosaurs. Let's go for... Let me hit cancel real quick. Let's go for Commune. We want to get into a mana. Yeah, Rootbound Crag is going to be the answer here. Close this. The reason we want to do this is because we want to build towards Carnage Tyrant soon. So now we have 5 mana. Just need 1 more for the Carnage Tyrant. We should be golden. Let's get in for 1 point of damage here. And of course, Glorybringer's not going to untap next turn, so we're going to get in for 5 unless they have a way to kill the Raptor. 2 cards in our opponent's hand, drawing into their third. They have 5 mana, so they can go for an Hour Devastation if they want to. Of course, that does mean the Raptor does come back as a 3/3. Instead of just playing the best deck, just play what you find funny. It's a game, remember? That's true, Dan. Very true. That's good. That's good thought process to live by. All right, opponent going to... Looks like they're going to do pass. Why no Knights of the Stampede? It's a 4 mana card that really just makes everything cheaper, and I would rather just play the Thunderherd Migration instead. Getting into Thrashing Brontodon here. Let's get that out. Opponent's going to have, again, another way to deal with this thanks to the Glorybringer. But that means they're going to want to exert the Glorybringer again. And if that's the case, they're going to lose that race. Thanks to what's on their board say right now. We just need to get into 1 mana, and we should be good to go. The opponent looks like they didn't have anything that turn, not even Glimmer of Genius. Wish they did a full art Carnage Tyrant promo. That art would be so sick. I agree. Carnage Tyrant, I feel like, is a card it's got undervalued whenever Ixalan was out, but I feel like now that Rivals is out, there are so many great cards they can pair with, especially now that there's so much removal in the format and how fast the format is. Ooh, killing the hatchling. Okay. That means that they might have a Hour Devastation here. Two cards in their hand. They played out a Mountain this turn. Hour Devastation. Bontu's Last Reckoning. Okay. That's fine by me. 1 card in our opponent's hand. Give me mana. Yeah, there we go. Card that can't be countered. That's a 6/7. That's a 2-turn clock for you. Gonna pass turn here. Gonna pass turn for our opponent. They don't have enough to do Bontu's Last Reckoning again. We're gonna get in a Blooming Marsh here and just attack out for 7. Feeling real good about that. Dropping our opponent down to 2. 300 people watching a Jund Dino stream. Dinosaurs are good now, man. I feel like Dinosaurs have a really good shot at being in the Pro Tour this year. Opponent giving me the GGs. That's it. Easy 2-0 for us. Let me go to match 3 here. We're 1-1 at the moment. Of course, losing in game 1 to a Rakdos Pirate deck. Thanks to Top Deck God. Play first, yes. Opening hand has Hatchling, Rage, Migration. This is a decent hand for us. We're going to keep it. The only thing I wish we had was Commune over probably the Alpha. Opponent deciding whether or not to mulligan to 6 there. Let's go for a Forest. Pass turn. Am I running Reckless Rage? Absolutely. This card's amazing. That card is amazing. I think it'll be a key for Dino decks. I agree. It's cut for 1 less mana. And it can trigger Enrage. I think it's great in Dinos. Polyraptor here. Let's get this out. Our opponent's playing a tap land here, so we're going to just build up our board state with a Thunderhead Migration. Let's go for a Swamp here. Pass turn. Now we got our Jund colors out. Of course, the only thing that could be annoying for this particular matchup here is that we are actually going up against maybe a control deck. Opponent did go in untap there. Let's try for the Hatchling. I might get Essence Scattered. This is okay. Now I might get a Fatal Push. Let's see what happens. It didn't. Wow. Well, in step, here we go. Fatal Push. There it is. Okay, okay. To be expected. To be expected. 7 cards in our opponent's hand, 2 land on the battlefield. Getting out a Glacial Fortress. This is an Esper build now. The control decks are plenty today. Let's go for a Forest. We could go for a Deathgorge Scavenger. Let's try it. It's probably going to get Supreme Wield here, though. Looks like this is an approach deck. There's a Disallow. Ooh, Disallow. I haven't seen that in a while. We're going to hit 6 for our opponent. Actually hit 5, just in case they got a creature this turn. Azor's Gateway. Oh, it's this deck. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Shields are down for the turn. Okay, negate, inlaying, and irrigated farmland. Sheltered Thicket here for us. This is going to be probably a play instead of a cycle. Even though cycling would be great. It's going to be a play because of the Register Alpha on the following turn. We're going to hit next. Our hand here is not really built for control. We're going to be a lot better in the game 2 with the Duresses and the Thrashing Brontodons as well as the Carnage Tyrants. So, game 2 matchup against the control strategy is going to be a lot better for us. Game 1 here is going to be sort of rough going, depending on what happens. I do think we're at a disadvantage, though. What is G-Brand? Oh, man. Journey to Eternity here. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. We're going to try for a Alpha here to just get out a counterspell. Yeah, there it is. Essence Scatter. Another Disallow. Wow. Opponent with the expensive counterspells here. You've activated my trap card, Yugi boy. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Drawing a card, exiling another card. Alright. Another drawn Catacombs. They're just going to use this as a draw mechanic then. Playing out an irrigated farmland. 4 mana up for them. Reckless Rage. We have nothing in our hand now to really do, so we're just going to pass turn. Alright. Hate approach. Oh, it's a Gristlebrand joke. Gotcha. I was trying to think, like, what is G-Brand? I was thinking D-Brand, like the phone skins, because of like YouTubers with their ads. What decks do you think will be what we will see at the Pro Tour? I think Merfolk is a strong contender. I think Roundup Red will still be there. I do think a pirate build of some sort will be there, as well as Godpharaoh's Gift. But we'll see what happens. Dinosaurs might surprise us there. Yeah, these are definitely coming out. 4 cards in opponent's hand. Going for their Azure Gateway. Yes, yeah, we have Polyraptor in the deck. Only 2 of them, though. It's a fun build, remember? Oh, it's a modern Pro Tour. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to, I forgot that it was modern, not standard. I don't know. Probably some Tron build, Affinity. Decks everyone hates. I'm sure Storm will show up, too. Hashtag ban Storm. There's a Blooming Marsh. We're up to 6 mana now, so a Tetsamok could happen the following turn. 2, 3. Opponents probably want to use Approach this next turn. If that's the case, we'll probably go for a Tetsamok. Storm is fun, yeah. Storm should be in Legacy or Vintage, not in Modern. Torrential Gearhulk here. I'm just going to scoot because they've already taken over the match. Let's hit concede here. Go to game 2. Taking out Polyraptors, putting in Carnage Tyrants, bringing in Brontodons, bringing in Duress. Contempt is also decent. Let's take out Reckless Rage here. Let's take out one Raptor. I think Journey's coming out. Let's take out Tetsamok. Just too slow. I think we'll be a lot better here now. Yeah. Yeah, too slow on the 6 mana there. Carnage Tyrant's really the card that's really going to help us. Alright. Let's see what we can do in game 2. Update our listing here. Opening hand, 2 lands. Got a commune with Dinosaurs. I think this will be fine for us. We don't have a turn 1 play though with a commune. So this might actually be a mulligan. Since we are on the play. I think I want a mulligan here. No! Ah! Moto. Mulligan again. You know what? I'm going to keep it. Oh, man. MTGO just loving me right now. All right. Sometimes I think you're way too happy to mull, way too mull happy. I mean, I'm trying not to be, but I do want to make sure that we're, you know, as efficient as we possibly can be. Let's go for a Swampy here. Pass. Did we win the first game? James, we lost against Rakdos Pirates thanks to Top Deck God in game 1, and of course game 2 we mana flooded. Match 2 we won against a other deck. Can't remember. Let's go for a Duress here. Settle's annoying, Negate's annoying. Moment of Craving here. Interesting. Does kill Deathcore Scavenger. Fatal Push is annoying, but doesn't kill anything. Gateway is frustrating, but we have Thrashing Brontodon. I do think Settle, Push, and Disallow are the picks here. Let's get rid of Disallow, I believe. Because really nothing deals with us. Moment of Craving is really the only other card that I don't like. We could get rid of Azor's Gateway because it does give them card advantage. So, that is something to think about. The only thing is we don't have 2 green mana just yet, so a Scavenger here would be the premier play. I think we want to get rid of Moment of Craving, honestly. Because that does mean a next turn... If they draw into lands, they'll have Disallow up for them. But if they don't draw into a land, they'll just do Azor's Gateway. Let's do Moment of Craving here. Hit 6. That was sort of a hard pick there. Let's see them top deck a land. Come on! There they go! There it is! Yeah, they're going to do Azor's Gateway, though, this turn. Either way, it looks like. Blooming Marsh is good for us. Does mean a Thrashing Brontodon is coming out next turn. We're going to go for a Death Gorge Scavenger. And then they're going to draw a card here with Azor's Gateway. What's up, Blue Roof? We're going to get rid of Moment of Craving. And the reason is because we don't want to give them anything for their Torrential Gearhulk. Pass turn. Keep in mind, any of the non-creature spells that are in our graveyard, we're going to exile as well because we don't need them. And, of course, the creatures that go in there because we took out Journey to Eternity, don't need them either. Alright, opponents finally getting going with their lands here. Azor's Gateway is probably the card we should have gotten rid of, but they're going to... Wow, they got into a Moment of Craving. Ugh! Ouch. Could go for a Commune here, but we just want to go for a Thrashing and kill Azor's Gateway. They're going for one last little loot. Bye. What did we lose to? We lost to a Rakdos Pirates build. And looks like we're going to lose to an Esper Control build. Another Gateway coming in. Goodness. That draw card, really powerful. Yep, got some fast games today. Got an island out. Got Supreme Will with that. Blooming Marsh coming in here. Let's go for another Brontodon. And we're going to kill the Gateway again. Obviously, it's not boding too well for us at the moment because they're at 5 mana. Commune with Dinosaurs is going to help us, though. Let's see if they want to disallow that. Or negate it. They don't. Let's see here. Could go for a Hatchling or a Scavenger. Let's go for the Scavenger. Any order? We'll play red-white eventually. Let me cancel real quick. Obviously, we're going to have to play this out because they have a disallow in hand. So we're just going to try and power through the counters. They let that happen. Let's get rid of Moment of Craving here. Pass turn. Interesting that they did that. Oh, they got rid of Disallow and Negate. Or Disallow here. Glimmer of Genius. Oh, you're fine, Joshua. No problem. Just do keep in mind, though, that we do start at noon Central Standard Time, so... And if for whatever reason the vampire stream, like it started at like the 20-minute mark or something like that. I don't know why, but like after it processed fully on YouTube, it like uploaded normally. Ooh, never. Okay. We have 6 mana, so we can go for a Carnage Tyrant, but it doesn't look like we have that yet. Let's see if they have an Essence Scatter up. 5 cards in hand. I would assume they would. They did not. Ouch. Let's see if they have a Vraska's Contempt instead. Looks like we might actually get some damage in. They do have a Settle the Wreckage, though, in hand. Correct? No, they got rid of it. Okay, cool. Let's see if they have another one in hand, though. No, they didn't get rid of it. It's still in their hand. You're right, you're right, you're right. Do they want to settle for one creature? Doesn't look like it. Okay, good. No Prowlings of Pauper to the sideboard. That card makes control cry. Prowlings of Pauper is fantastic, Ezra. I do agree. We did not put it in the sideboard, though, because we want to keep this kind of a pure Dino build. But I do think that card is amazing in the sideboard if you want to put that into the sideboard for the Dino build. How are we doing so far this match? Why no punts yet? What? No punts yet? Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been playing okay. I would say that our draws have been really hurting us instead of the actual me messing up. If that makes sense. Opponent has 6 mana here. We have Rakdos Contempt in hand, so if they go for a... We're going to go for an attack here. If they have a Torrential Gearhulk, they're going to never. But we're going to be able to kill it with a Rakdos Contempt. Looks like nothing's happening. Okay, cool. We're just going to pass. We're not going to play out the Raptor here. Glimmer? Gearhulk coming in. I got you. Choosing never, or are they just going to choose Glimmer? Okay. No problem. Choosing Glimmer is better than choosing never. Or is that that's a sorcery, correct? Yeah, they can't choose a sorcery, I believe, right? Yeah. So they couldn't choose that anyway. We're sort of turning this around. Opponent has 9 cards in hand, though, so I'm assuming they're going to have a board wipe or something pretty soon. We definitely want to be very cautious about playing out multiple creatures, thanks to them being in whites here for Fumigates. Got into a land there, that's fine. We're going to get out for 4. I think we're trying to play around a Settle the Wreckage. Baffling End is a card that they just discarded there. Didn't see the deck of this uploaded. Ultra, I did not have time to get it up before the stream. It'll definitely be up right after the stream, though. Here's a Settle for us. No problem. Alright, they have 6 cards in hand. Let's see if they have a control card in hand. Would you have enough for Supreme Will to go around? Essence Scatter or Disallow, though, would deal with it. Disallow. Weird that our opponent is using Disallow. I feel like they should be using Essence Scatter, but that's just me. So what do you think is the most competitive tribe? Roger, probably Merfolk? It's really hard because I feel like the tribes haven't really been figured out just yet. I think Vampires is also very good. Ooh, Mastermind's Acquisition. Interesting. Maybe another Azor's Gateway? Opponent has 4 cards in hand. Could also go for a Torment of Hellfire. Minotaurs is your favorite? Nice. I love Minotaurs. We'll definitely be wanting to do... There's an alpha for us. Wanting to do a Minotaur build as soon as possible. Let's see if they have a Essence Scatter or a Disallow. Looks like they do. Opponent! Opponent with the Disallows. Yeah. Opponent has this game in the bag. It's going to be probably another loss for us. Gateway. They went for a Gateway there. Interesting they didn't go for a Torment of Hellfire, unless they already had the Gateway in hand. Kind of assuming they did. Let's go for a Hatchling. Assuming they'll let that hit. Yeah, because it's a 1-1. And they probably have a kill spell for it. Keep in mind the Moment of Craving doesn't actually do damage to Hatchling, it just makes it weaker, and that kills it. Meaning it doesn't trigger. How we doing with Dinos, man? Where did we lose to? Oh, another minute land for us. Lost to Rakdos Pirates, and we're about to lose to a Grixis or a Esper control list. I hope Pirates do well too, Roger. I think Pirates have a lot of growing to do, and I think they have a lot of good colors, obviously. I do think the Grixis Pirates build is probably the best build. But it's, you know, I have to wait and see. But I do like that build a lot. 5 cards in hand. We have any sun-colored raptors? We do not. Nice Jurassic Park deck you got there. Oh, yeah, I love Jurassic Park. Opponent's passing turn here. Another land for us. Getting into lands is not what we want right now. Gonna go see you all. See you, Matagor. The Raptor Hatchling, not bad. One point at a time. Opponent's really just trying to pull into their Torment of Hellfire win here. One more card for the gateway. And it flips. Yeah, they're going to go for Azure Gateway this next turn, and then they're going to go for a Torment of Hellfire. Yep. Pretty obvious. But our sideboard game plan was the best we could have done as far as going up against control. Just did not match it. Field of Ruin here. Kind of want to make an Imminent Doom Azor's Gateway deck. Do you think that would be good? Here we go here. Opponent passing turn, drawing into, would assume they would do Torment there. Getting into mana here is not great. Oop. Just got a land pass. Don't scoop. Just want to see when the gateway land goes off. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. They got 11 just from that. Torrential Gearhulk coming in here. Probably going for a Glimmer. Yep. Trying to draw into their bomb. Cycle the Fetid Pools. Another Fetid Pools. Just waiting for this to go off. Because they've won this, obviously. Ooh, duress. They're gonna have to negate that. Or disallow it or something. They've gone through 45 cards and haven't found their Torment yet. I think they might have just one copy. I don't really know what's happening. I'm going to tap for 14 mana with one land. That sounds fair, right? What was the inspiration for Jund Dinos? Wouldn't Exile effects in white be better? Franz, I do think the Dinosaurs deck build is probably a bit better than the Jund build. However, this is a pulled thing. Drawing 12 cards? What? Are they going to deck themselves? What is happening? Alright, alright. Opponent, draw their deck. Okay. Where's Laboratory Maniac when you need it? All right, opponent. Gonna get to be able to pick between 17 cards. Vonus Hengar here. Settle the Records, Secrets of the Golden City, Moment of Craving, 2 Fumigates, Baffling End, Mastermind. What are you looking for? Like, what is the win here? Let's see, Baffling End, no. I mean... Is Torment on, like, the last card, or did you mess up or something? Opponent just said I messed up. What did you mess up? I'm confused. Take Mastermind? Yeah, we want to take Mastermind. Weird. Maybe Mastermind is the card that gets them to Torment from their sideboard? Torment is in his sideboard, gotcha. Opponent just said, I wanted to draw into my second Hulk to counter your spell, but I did not check that my second Hulk is in exile. Oh, gotcha. Obviously, we're going to attack in. They're going to settle us. They have, you know, Fumigates in hand and stuff, too. They have 3 cards in hand, so we might actually win this. Magic, this is from Mega Man X, Maverick, or Mega Man Maverick Hunter, I believe. That's the album name. Can't remember. No, Mega Man X Maverick Rising. That's what it's from. This particular song is called Repliforce's Honor. Mega Man X4, Final Weapon, Stage 1. Pass turn here. They didn't settle us. Interesting. So what do you ways to keep after hatching alive past the first damage? Journey to Eternity is interesting. Ooh, Moment of Craving killed a hatchling there. And Vonus Hunger. Don't know why they just didn't use Settle there. Alright, so now they have, what, 2 turns to try and kill us? Which they can't now, correct? Because they have only 1 creature. And if we gain life at all, we win. We also have Carnage Tyrant, so... Yeah, I think this is actually game for them. Weirdly enough as it is, we might actually win this one. Wayward Sawtooth? Okay. Sure. I mean, that's fine. They have Censor in hand. They don't have another counterspell. I think they do have Baffling End, though. In hand. Immediately we have City's Blessing, passing turn. How did we get so many lands? I believe it was a, not a settle, but just from the... I mean, it's also turn 19. We've just been, you know, naturally playing them. This is a weird game of Magic. I think it's just because their opponent's trying to be all combo-y, and they kind of missed their combo there. They can remove our creature here with Baffling End and still get in, but they're not going to be able to kill us because they have 2 turns to kill us. We have 12 life. So... Oh, man. That's funny. There's a hatchling. We can play that out. I just asked my opponent, I was like, we go to game 3 now? And he was like, yep. Can't believe opponent punted his Torment after flipping Gateway. Yeah, that's weird. Let's get a sideboard here. That was so weird. Reckless Rage is okay. I don't know. I mean, we're still not, you know, in the best situation for this particular matchup. We could bring in Journey to Eternity. And then take out maybe some alphas here. Now we're okay. We're going to submit. We're going to get a game 3 here. Opponent punted so hard right there. Yeah, Raptor Hatchling is really bad in this particular deck right now because we don't have the inducers to induce rage, or enrage. This is okay for us. Let's keep it. Quote, game of skill, no luck involved. Fetid pools coming in tap for our opponent. Sheltered Thicket here for us. Let's just go for a Sheltered Thicket and pass. Oh, man. I think you want Jormny. Azor's Gateway. Hatchling. Let's go for a Rootbound Crag here. Let's go for a Thunderhead Migration. Get a Swamp. Pass turn. Create an opponent punt counter. That'd be amazing. Let's go for another migration. This will probably get disallowed or essence scattered or censored. One of those three. It didn't. Wow. Okay. So maybe push. All right, guys. Gotta go do revision. See you later. Have fun and remember to kill him with the G brand. Bye, Kieran. Oh man, the Grizzly brand. Yeah, there's a moment of craving. Great card for their game plan here to make sure that we don't get Enrage going off. It was like this deck was built against Enrage. Sheltered Thicket. Actually, let me hit cancel first. Let's go for a Deathcord Scavenger. It's going to get countered. And then we're going to cycle Sheltered Thicket. Oh, wow, it didn't. Okay. Interesting. Could have an option here to get play a land for the turn if we get into it, I believe. The idea with Mastermind is to have one copy inboard and one copy sideboard to avoid being Lost Legacy, because if Lost Legacy, just go for Mastermind said, yeah. So did you take out the human dinosaurs ramp? Yeah, I did. I took out all the humans that ramp the dinosaurs because they don't help me, really. Like, they help me, obviously, but I mean, like, the problem is that they don't synergize very well with all the other dinosaurs. So it's better to just have, like, the migration, sword tooth, things like that. All right, opponent. I'm going to ask my opponent, do you want to disallow that? Moment of craving. I can't kill the scavenger this turn, so. Oh, they lost connection to the game, then they joined the game. Gotcha. Asking our opponent if they're still there. They're still favored in the matchup because, I mean, I have no illusions that we're going to win this matchup. I still think we're going to lose it. But we'll see what happens. Got a Thrashing Bronson on there. And we're going to pass turn. Have you played any red-white Path of Metal decks or Ram Red Shells, etc.? Actually, Curtis, I played one right before I went on stream today. Those decks are crushingly hard to fight against. However, this deck actually beat it 2-0 thanks to our mid and late game bombs. Red-white has not a lot of ways to interact with our board states. We could go for Brontodon here, but they're untapped completely, so I do think playing out a Scavenger and another Hatchling is better than the Brontodon here. Yeah, there we go. Craving, that's fine. And we're going to grab that Craving. Yes. Get out a Hatchling. And pass turn. What up, 300 watches? Like the video, of course, if you're liking the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're here Monday through Friday at noon Central Standard Time till 5 matches or 3 p.m., whichever one we hit first. Field of Ruin for the Rootbound Crag here. Let's go for a... they're going to go for a Fatal Push on the Death Gorge Scavenger. Let's go for a Mountain here. Or a Swamp. I think it's better actually go for a Swamp here. Opponent's turn. Rakdos' Contempt is the card we got into there. Alright, they have 3 mana up. They could go for a... Let's go for an attack first and see if they do Azur's Gateway. Was expecting a Fatal Push there, but they didn't use it. Getting in for 5 points of damage here, dropping our opponent down to 19. Again, we're going to be very careful and go for a Ripjaw Raptor. They're going to go for an Azur's Gateway here. Yeah, there it is. They got rid of a Never to Return in a Moment of Craving. Still excited about playing Jaylet Ranger with Snake. Yes, that deck is going to be awesome. We're definitely going to go over that next week. Raptor coming in here. I'm assuming that a Fumigate is going to clear the board this turn. No, Fetid Pool's coming in. Okay. 4 cards for our opponent. Baffling in, going to grab the Death Gorge Scavenger, I would assume. Yep. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Let's go for a Duress first. And if they try to counter this, we'll be able to kill the Azur's Gateway. Ooh, negate! Opponent does not want us to get anything. Nice. They're going to draw a card with the Gateway. And then they're going to... okay, they're going to try and flip it, correct? 2, 3, 4. No, they can't. Let's get rid of the Gateway here. And then get in for 5. Alright, doing a little bit better here. Trying to play around it. What's your opinion on Mardu vehicles in this format? Could you do a list in a couple weeks? Or would it be appreciated? Devlin, I do like Mardu vehicles still in the format. I do think it's still very fast. I do think that it has a lot of competition right now in the aggro section of the meta. So we definitely will see what happens. Went for a Fatal Push on the Hatchling there. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Let's go for a Blooming Marsh. And then just go for attacks here. Getting in for 4, dropping our opponent down to 10. We're going to play out the Ripjaw Raptor again. We're playing around a Censor here. They have 2 cards in hand. Maybe a Disallow in hand or an Essence Scatter. Looks like a Disallow. There it is. This is good for us, though, because our opponent hasn't got into any card draw yet. Got into a Glacial Fortress. Let's see if they got the Settle. Do you have Settle? Show me Settle. Survey says... Thanks, love your content. We'll be looking forward to this. No problem, man. Opponent down to 6. They didn't get his Settle. Okay. So that means they need to get into a Contempt. What is this? Pull from tomorrow. Okay, drawing 5 cards. That is annoying, but that means they're either going to draw into a Gear Hulk or a Fumigate this turn. Maybe a Settle. I assume a Fumigate, though. Here's a cycle of a Censor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They still have 6 here. Excuse me. Playing on a Glacial Fortress, 4 cards in hand. 7 mana up. Mastermind. Okay. This means they're looking for a specific answer to Ripjaw Raptor, maybe, or something else, maybe. Thought to Arrest could also come in from their sideboard if they have it for the Ripjaw Raptor. That's a card that can shut me down for 3 mana. Doesn't look like it, though. Wow. Register Alpha. Alright, if they don't have an answer to this, then this is game. Wow. Do you have an answer? You have 3 mana up. Getting in for 7. Do we win? What is happening? We win! Nice! Oh my gosh. I did not think we would win that match. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Oh, actually, go back to the play lobby here. Opponent. Sort of fell on their sword in game 2 there. Oh, man, that was amazing. We actually got out there. Very cool. Oh, I can't join this game. Let me back out. Host a new match. That was amazing, guys. That was so exciting. Alright. Yeah, wow, through a 7-card draw, exactly. Time for the opponent to cry themselves asleep for the week. Yeah, that's so weird. Play first, yes. Opening hand here, Blooming Marsh, Rootbound Crag, Rage, Swordtooth. If we were on the draw, I would like this. Since we're on the play, I don't like this as much. I think it's probably still a keep, though. Thanks, Scoop. Appreciate that. If you like how we got out of that match, make sure to like the video if you like it. I'm a corporate shell. Hate me. I'm just kidding. I should have played a Rootbound Crag there, since we could play Blooming Marsh untapped the following turn. That was a bit of a misplay on my part. I got to adjust our template now for some reason. There we go. Let's get out a Rootbound Crag. Pass turn. Ah, man. Alright, now we just need a 3rd mana. With 24 in the deck, I hope to pull into one very soon. This is white, red, black. That's Mardu colors, I believe, right? Veteran Motorist. Mardu vehicles, perhaps? Looks like this is your Mardu vehicles list. Got into a forest there. Let me go for a Wayward Swordtooth here. The reasoning is behind that is because once we get into some more lands, it'll be more useful to us. It also can withstand an attack and also have Reckless Rage be shot on it too. All right. Damon over here with the honesty. Man, so mean. Scrappy Scrounger here. Raptor Hatchling is really nice for us. I like this play over the Reckless Rage because it does mean we'll have a 3/3 to block the following turn. But Reckless Rage can also be done if we get into another red mana. They might kill it though with a Fatal Push on their Hatchling here. Could be the case. If that's the case, we're going to take 6 this next turn instead of 3. Would Galta be good in this deck? Blue Roof, I had Galta originally in this deck. Didn't like it as much. I think it's probably better in a Ronos Hazoret build of a dinosaur deck. Not really a dinosaur deck, but more of a green-red deck. I think that's a very good card instead, in that particular build instead. I think Polyraptors probably should be brought out of this deck and something else with a bit more flexibility as well. I think probably Carnage Tarn is better in game 1 in this current meta too. And then the sideboard, maybe instead of the Carnage Tarn for the sideboard, probably put into more pieces of hate, like Fatal Push, maybe a Braid, things like that. Getting in for 3 here, we're going to block, of course. Make a 3/3. Opponent has 4 mana here. 5 cards in hand. What cards from Rivals do you see raise in price over time? Probably Wayward Swordtooth. I feel like this card is probably going to be on the rise for a little bit. I do think that sleeper hits like Reckless Rage are going to be in a lot of decks. I don't think it's going to come up as far as like being an expensive card. I do think Angrath is finally seeing some play, which is very strange to me, but that's a card. Let's see, your opponent has 2 lands up. They could go for a kill spell on the dinosaur here. So we got Alpha there. Let's go for a Reckless Rage here on the 3/3 we have. We don't want to put it on the Sword Tooth just yet because they have 2 mana available, so this could turn on their Fatal Push for the Sword Tooth. There's a shock. No problem. Just didn't want to keep dealing with those 3 points of damage. Would have got in for 9 next turn if we hadn't done that. Loving your decks lately, brother. Thanks, Zachary. Appreciate it. Really need to get into mana. This opening hand here kind of turned into poopy. So let's see what we can do. Deathgorge Scavenger can come in next turn, though. We can exile their Veteran Motorist to help against the Scrap Heap Scrounger situation. Could have killed the Scrounger as well. Instead, turn 1 Toolcraft, turn 2 Kieran, turn 3 Toolcraft, turn 4 Galta. Ooh. Hazoret. Cancel real quick. Probably want to go for another Reckless Rage here and kill the Scrap Heap Scrounger. They might get in for 8 this coming turn if they want to discard some cards. That's true. The reason I picked the token instead, Blue Roof, is because I was afraid of a Lightning Strike, not a Shock. But our opponent did have a Shock instead. Either way, I felt like the creature that whichever one we pinged would have died. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Looks like attacking with just the 3/1 this turn. Fine by me. That does mean that the Deathgorge Scavenger will have the ability to get rid of the Scrap Heap Scrounger this turn, unless we get into mana and get a Ripjaw Raptor out. But I think Scavenger is probably still the better play. Come on, land. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. Cancel real quick. Now they can, in response, bring it back to their hand if they want to. So I do think the Ripjaw Raptor is probably the better play. That's fine. What is up, Brazil? What's up, Anna? All right. Opponent might have a... Okay, Canyon Sleeve Cycle. Three cards in their hand. They may have an Unlicensed Disintegration here. Scrap Heap Scrounger Reanimation. That's fine. No problem. 4 cards in their hand, so likely not going to be able to get Hazoret attacking anytime soon. Discarding a card and then playing another creature. Disintegration on Ripjaw Raptor. Get me down to 3. And that's going to be game. Concede. Sideboard. Alrighty. Bronzodon is much better in this matchup. Let's take out the Scavengers. And the any Raptor. Journey, let me update the match here. We're in game 2. Bring in Carnage Tyrant over the Polyraptor. Bring in the Hour over probably Tetsamok, honestly, because of the Hazoret in the deck. Duress might be good here, but I think Contempt is better. Polyraptor David, absolutely. We had some fun with the deck building process. Reckless Rage is really great, and of course Polyraptor can trigger Reckless Rage, or the Enrage mechanic, pretty easily. Reckless Rage can trigger Enrage on Polyraptor easily. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Words, what are they? Okay, Scavengers could come back in if we wanted them to, but I think we're okay. Duress could be a decent card to bring in. Yeah, Trespasser's Curse is here for the token decks. We haven't played up against one yet on stream. But I think what we have in our deck right now is decent. Let's go into game 2. What is Legendary Enchantment and what is it good against? It's good against any kind of like heavy removal. Especially if they're a bit slower. Play first, yes. I had a lot of good use against it, against the Boros Aggro deck. This is actually quite good for us because of a turn 1 Commune, turn 2 Thunderhead Migration, and then Raptor. Get into, hopefully, something a bit more substantial. Keep in mind, we might just get into a creature with Commune here. Thrashing Brontodon is pretty good as far as the pick here. Let's grab that. Gets around Shocks, gets around Lightning Strikes, gets around Abrades. So the only thing that we have to deal with as far as a removal is going to be a Revolted Fatal Push or a Unlicensed Disintegration. Blue Elder Dino is seeing no love so far. Well, there's really nothing it goes with as far as like other dinosaur decks. It is a fun card though. I'm not saying it's not. Let's just show the Thrashing Brontodon because we've already shown that. Let's go for a Swamp here. And then pass turn. Thanks, David. Appreciate that, man. We've been having fun. Red Whites. Going for the Motorist here. Or Heart of Kirin. If it's Heart of Kirin, I'd feel real bad thanks to the Thrashing Brontodon. Motorist it is. Alright. Best thing about it is that we have Thrashing Brontodon coming down as a 3-4, being able to just shut down their strategy of being able to get in for 3 points of damage. Of course, the only thing I worry about now is that Thrashing Brontodon will die to a Unlicensed Integration. And in the early games, that is the biggest fear. And it's 6 for our opponent here. Let's go with Rootbound Crag. Let's go with a Thrashing Brontodon. Let's go with a Commune here. 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Could go for a lands here, or could go for another Thrashing Brontodon. I do think going for a land is the better move. Sheltered Thicket or Blooming Marsh. I think we want to go for Blooming Marsh and play that next turn. Pass turn. Dude, watching your review of these inspired me making you can build just a quote, just buy some dinosaurs blue black pirate deck. So thanks, I guess. No problem, I guess. Julian, how's the deck going? Oh, it's going pretty well. Going pretty well. Went up against a control deck that opponent just did not know how to play, apparently. But kind of an amazing match there. More of a Cinderella story than anything. Veteran Motorist here. No unlicensed integration, so we lucked out of that. No attacks, of course. Unless they have a shock in hand. How will they deal with the flexible deck? Lack of self-control deck. Oh, Andrew, that was pretty good. Pretty good. Hour coming in here. That could be a great card to deal with their entire board state here. Let's go for a Raptor here. Would flip our Raptor as well. Let's see if they want to double block. Do you feel like it? 3 cards in hand. All their creatures have 1 toughness, so being able to block with the Raptor Hatchling is pretty good. Wow, they do want to double block. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I'll take that. No problem. That is a weird... I would not have done that, but alright. You're at 20 life instead of going to 17, and you want to double block, lose 4 points of damage and board presence? That's... alright. I mean, you have Heart of Kirin here. I do understand that that is a big deal, but that's kind of what I figured would happen, but still strange to me. Going for a Forest here. Then going for a Carnage Tyrant. And then we just attack with our 1/1 here. 2 cards in hand. They probably don't want to block, obviously. They want to just let the 1 point go through, driving them down to 19. And then if they start attacking with the Heart of Kirin, we're just going to get in for 7 every turn. So, again, I just feel like it's kind of what is a bad move on their part to lose their board presence like that. Especially when they know that we're dinosaurs, so... because every card could be a bomb in our deck. That does mean that they don't have removal in hand. That's true. Yeah, Curtis, using our Devastation next turn is going to be amazing, especially if they play out another creature. Might be a scrap. Hazard the Fervent. Oh, I'm going to feel real good now. We're going to go for an hour, and then we're just going to just demolish. Yep. Like a crew here, get in for 4 in the air. We can block the 5/4. Yeah, opponent's really going to hurt next turn. Ouchies. Alright, they're going to get in for 10 points of damage here. Or just to get in for 5 in the air. Okay, that's fine. They knew that we wouldn't be able to kill it. Or they wouldn't be able to get in damage. Dropping me down to 15. Wow. Oh, we also have Reckless Rage too? Oh, man. It's my birthday. Let's go for our Devastation here. Kill their entire board. Kill their Hazoret. They have 1 card in hand. They're tapped out. They have nothing to do. We're going to get a 3/3 out of that, and we're going to get in for 7 points of damage, driving them down to 7. Or 12, not 7. Getting in for 7, driving them down to 12. Wow. Wish we had 1 red mana open for the Reckless Rage here, but we do not for next turn. Goodness. Goodness. That was it. Oh, man. Going into game 3 here. Pretty strong. Hey, that's pretty good. Going into game 3, hopefully on top. Ripjaw Raptor could come in, but I think we're fine. Duress could come in here. I think Duress is probably a given here, because they'll probably want to overcorrect now. So let's take out an alpha. Let's take out 1 Contempt. Let's take out 1 Commune too. Submit. Now that they've lost, they want to probably overcorrect and put in a lot more removal, and so we want to bring in Duress to combat that. Yeah, our Devastation removes Indestructible on creatures, so it kills basically all the gods. Stoked for Weatherlight. You mean Dominaria, Derek? Yeah, I'm too. Gonna be fun. Does our Devastation remove Indestructible until end of turn? Yes. So let me read it here. Our Devastation. All creatures lose Indestructible until end of turn. Our Devastation deals 5 damage to each creature in each non-bolus Planeswalker. So that was a big deal whenever Amonkhet was just the only set besides Ixalan. You had Bolas, Grixis control decks played that played that a lot because they could play their Bolas without little worry. Ooh, 2 Raptor Hatchlings, 2 Reckless Rage here. This is amazing for us. We're going to keep it. We're on the draws also. Only reason I'm keeping this is because, oh, opponents skip their turn. Wow, they just hit 6 on their turn. Oh, no! Oh, poor opponent. Heart emoji. Just sent them the heart emoji. How's hatching performing? Gibbage, it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. It's very useful. We are getting punting opponents all day. We're 3-1 right now. But it happens. It happens. Opponent hits 6 on their first turn. Play first? Yes. G-Brand is on our side today. Commune with Dinosaurs, Thunderhead Migration. This is actually okay because of the Thunderhead and Commune, so we're going to keep this. Mountain Intimidation worked. Like Legacy style. We play a mountain and they just scoop into game 2. Would have passed my turn on that one too. Oh, man. It's nice on this side of the punt. It is true. It's very nice to be on the receiving end. Oh, man. Seems to be the quote, I don't have my hand, quote, I can't beat your strategy. Maybe. Alright. That was fun. I think Boros God Pharaoh still has a place in competitive Magic. I think so, Greg, especially because there are so many great cards to ramp us right now. But I feel like it'll probably be more a 4-color strategy instead of just a Grixis strategy. Let's go for a Forest here and a Commune. Probably want to go for a land, honestly. Rootbound Crag is going to be the pick for me. Journey to Eternity. Wish we could get that combo going off on stream today. But it doesn't look like it since we're in match 5. I can't get over that, man. Is it fair to call this an Enraged deck? I would think so, Gibbage. It's pretty fun. White mana for our opponent. Looks like they're passing here. Let's go for Rootbound Crag. And then go for a Thunderhead Migration. Revealing a... Let's go for a Deathcore Scavenger. Something cheap. Let's go for a... Let's say black mana. I like getting double black as soon as I possibly can for the big black dinosaur we have. Will Grixis Amulet be strong in this format? Definitely, I do think Grixis Amulet is very strong already. I don't think it got many pieces, though, from the new set. A lot of the pieces from the new set are going to be for synergistic purposes. Ooh, a Danto Vanguard here. Let's get out of Swamp. Let's go for a Ripjaw Raptor. This is good for us because this does mean that we can prevent some damage for a little bit. If we get into another mana, Register Alpha is going to come out. If not, we'll just do Deathcore Scavenger. They could have Thopter Arrest here. Ooh, Kanjali Sunwing. Ooh, I'm liking your deck already. How do you feel about Raging Regisaur and Raging Raptors combo? That's alright. A little slow for me. Blooming Marsh here. That does come in for us. Let's get in for attacks here. Getting in for 4. I would assume they would block with the Danto Vanguard, but they might just take it. Either way, they're going to take 4 points of damage. Okay, that's fine. Let's go main phase and get out the Scavenger here. It don't matter. We're going to say no to this for now. It does come in tapped, so we do have the disadvantage of the Sunwing here. So that does mean the Alpha coming in will be coming in tapped. So it is a little bit annoying. Getting into the Polyraptors early in the game, that was kind of bad to it for us too. But we have 5 mana now on turn 4, and I think we'll be doing pretty good. Nope. Alright. Looking at 6 for our opponent. 5 cards in their hand. 3 mana on the battlefield. They could go for 4th mana and then a cast out, maybe on the Ripjaw Raptor. But they might want to do that on our turn. Let's see. Gonna go for a Merfolk Branchwalker. Interesting build. I like this idea. Sheffet Dunes coming in here. This does mean that we might bring in from the sideboard Trespasser's Curse. Another Merfolk Branchwalker going wide. Getting in for 5 points of damage here. Let's go for an Alpha here. Sure. We're going to continue to press our advantage here. And then get rid of a Thunderhead Migration to make sure our creature is a 4/3. To make sure they trade with the 3/2 here. Yes. Maybe a Hotly deck? That could be the case. Opponent going down to 8. Wow. So that might mean they have a Fumigate this next turn. Sheffet Dunes here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 points of damage. 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage actually thanks to Sheffet Dunes. So they can get in for 14 if they want to. If they attack though, we win. Legion's Landing, okay. Doesn't give it haste, so they're still behind. Appeal, okay. Okay, now they win. Okay. I was confused. I was like, how are they going to win this turn? I was okay, they're going to win that way. Let's concede real quick. Go to sideboard. Let's bring out Polyraptor, bring in Carnage Tyrant. Trespasser's Curse could be coming in here for this particular matchup. I do think Thrashing Brontodon, though, is better than Deathgorge Scavenger in this matchup. Tetzamaka's going to come out here. Hour's probably going to come in. Let's bring Duress in and take out the Journey here. Sort this real quick. So we're in game 2 here. I haven't seen Appeal in a standard deck in a while. That's a good card, obviously. Yeah, Polyraptor I brought in just for fun. Like, this is definitely a card that I just brought in for fun. It wasn't based on anything other than just me wanting to have some fun in the deck. So Polyraptor definitely should be out. Carnage Tyrant should be in game 1, and then sideboard should probably be some more removal like a Braid or something. Trying to think if I want to bring in Vraska's Contempt for anything, since we think it is a hotly deck. Let's take out 1 Alpha and 1 Hatchling. Actually, keep the Hatchling and take out a Commune. I think that's fine. Sort. Yeah. How do you feel about Blossoming Defense and Heroic Intervention? I love Blossoming Defense, Michael. I think that card's amazing. Especially in a lower to the ground strategy. I think Dinosaurs can kind of get around most removal, except for just straight up removal. Having a turn 1 Duress here is really good for us, as well as a turn 2 Raptor or a turn 3 Brontodon. Oh, both actually. Yeah, we're going to keep this. A few more removal spells, and it's Dino Control. Dino Control! That sounds like a really cool Saturday morning cartoon. Opponent mulligan to 5. Ouch. We're going to go for a Blooming Marsh here. Then a turn 1 Duress, because we're evil like that. Wow, nothing. Nothing but lands and a Resilient Kinra. Okay. Condolence. I should just type in the chat, condolences. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent. On their draw step. And he concedes. I've had people concede with the turn 1 Duress. I mean, it's happened on stream, honestly. Okay. If you burn in this deck, you can call it Dynamite. Ooh, let's get out of mountain here and go for a Raptor. Does mean we curved perfectly into Brontodon next turn and Ripjaw Raptor the following turn. Opponent has a very bad hand for what we're doing. Sun Petal. They have Scattered Grove, so they drew into a Sun Petal. Adonto Vanguard is one of the cards they drew into there. Let's get out Blooming Marsh. Go for a Brontodon. And I have no problem getting in for a point of damage here. Now with Resilient Kinra, they're going to be able to pump the Adonto Vanguard to be able to maybe trade with the Brontodon. But we're not going to let that happen. We're just going to take the damage next turn. We could have kept up the Hatchling there, but really just felt like getting into point of damage. Wine and Dino. Man. That sounds like a fun like restaurant. Welcome to Wine and Dino. Our meat is strictly alligator meat. Okay. Adonto Vanguard is probably the most annoying card from Ixalan at the 2-drop slot. Honestly. Resilient Kinra here, making this a 3-3, getting in for 5 on this turn. Playing out a Hashep Oasis as well. So they have a Forest, Scattered Grove in hand, and one other card. Is this Scattered Grove? That's Sun Petal Grove, yeah, so. Yeah, getting in for 5. We could block it, but we're not going to. Alright. Next turn, we're going to go for a Forest here. Oh, we could go for a Reckless Rage. How much is this to Eternalize? 6 mana? Let's hold on to Reckless Rage for a bit, and then just go in for a Ripjaw Raptor. Could have done that after attacks, of course. But we're going to just continue to swing out. What's up, Matt? It's going pretty well. We're 3-1 so far. Lost against a Rakdos pirate deck in match 1. Alright. Opponent has 4 cards in hand, 2 of which are lands. Assume they're going to play a land this turn as well. Cycle of Scattered Grove. Interesting. That does mean they drew into another land. I would think. They also have the forest in hand too. All the servers dressed up in blow up T-Rex costumes. Adorned Pouncer. This almost looks like a red card here. Look at that. I mean, it is a red. The border's red. What is happening? I'm confused. That's confusing. Looks like opponent's passing. They have 2 cards in hand. We could go for a Duress. Let's go for a Duress just to see what they got. They're tapped out too. MTGO being MTGO? Ah, maybe. 2 lands, okay. That's all I wanted to see. We're at 15. Reckless Rage is going to go to Dorn Pouncer this next turn. We're going to attack out with everybody, I assume. We're at 15, so we really want to be careful. But Hashep Oasis being here, it's +3/+3, correct? Yeah, so this makes it a 4 if we're getting in for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Gonna go for a Reckless Rage if they try to Hashep Oasis the Adorned Pouncer here. Let's see what they draw into. Blossoming Defense would be something, but they would have to play land, which they do have, and then Hashep Oasis sack their land. They'd basically have to top deck into... Oh, they played their Shefet Dunes here. Resilient Kinra coming in, maybe? Or are they going to do Hashep Oasis? If it's Hashep Oasis, we'll be doing really well. Yep. Fantastic. Wasting their card. We're getting a 3/3 to block. No attacks. There it is. There's a GG. Let's go to game 3. I think we are fine as far as the cards we have in our deck right now. Vraska's Contempt could also come in because they have Adorned Pouncer, another Eternalized Creatures. We could lower the Duress here. Let's do that. Why is Adorned red? Yeah, because Moto. I don't know why. We boarded at 1 Duress. We don't want to fall prey to a Fumigate or Settle. So I always kind of respect the Settle because of the white. Reckless Rage is paying the bills. Dude, Reckless Rage is such a good card. A lot of people haven't talked about it, and I don't know why. It's amazing. It's like one of the best removal spells in Limited, but it's also one of the best removal spells in Standard because it's 4 damage for 1 mana. This is okay. We're going to keep this. Yes, on top. Yes, Guardian. Playing and playing, 6 cards in their hand. Getting a Legion's Landing. They're going to go for a Swamp and then a turn 1 Duress so we can see what they have. Desert's Hold and Appeal to Authority with Merfolk Branchwalker. Desert's Hold is more of a pain than Appeal to Authority. Because we can kind of get around Appeal to Authority. Yeah, let's get rid of Desert's Hold. Pass. Love Dinosaur decks. This one seems pretty good. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. It's a kill spell for 3/3 and 1 red. Yep. I think that's pretty amazing. It was a 4 in the deck until I put in Journey to Eternity. So I feel like doing a green-red dinosaur deck without any black, I feel like that's going to be a 4 of in the deck. It's just so powerful. Sun Petal Grove here. Getting a Merfolk Branchwalker. Alright, it's getting out a Kinjali Sunwing. Yeah, they're having a very good opening hand in secondary. Don't play 12-12 from Trample. Versus, I had some trouble with that card in the matchups because of so much removal in the format. I do think that we'd be better in a green-red deck with a Hazoret and a Ronas. We're going to have a really hard time getting out of this situation right now. Commune with Dinosaurs is going to help us get into a land unless we get into one this next turn. Sendwing coming in, getting in for 3, 4 points of damage, dropping me down to 15. Yeah, we got into a Sword Tooth there. Let's go for a land if we can. A land, if you please. Yep. Yeah, we're going to be hurting. Yeah, this is going to be a blowout. If we don't get into Our Devastation soon or Vrasa's Contempt soon, this is going to be a total blowout. Should have mulliganed once again. But that's alright. But yeah, this is looking like a GG for us for the appeal in their hand. Getting out Resilient Kinra. Would that be the play? And then appeal? Nope, just attacking in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is appeal an instant? It's a sorcery. Getting in for 6. They are flipping a Danto. Sheltered Thicket does help us a little bit. And we do get to play out this, but that's a GG. Opponent had the drop on us. Very fast green-white aggro deck. Yeah, Sunwing is definitely the end of us here. Playing a Vampire. And Appeal is going to kill us. Unless they just want to play the Desert. Not the Desert. They won't play Appeal. Yeah. Oh, we did alright today. 3-2, not too bad. Considering it could have been 2-2. Or 2-3. Thanks to that control matchup. Oh, man. So I do think, in hindsight, obviously, the Polyraptors are going to be coming out. Carnage Tyrant should be coming in the main board. And then a Braids or something like that should be coming into the sideboard as well. But that's it for the Jund Dinosaurs. Mana base did kill me, I believe. That was the main headache there for us. Getting into Dinosaurs and Green-Red in the future is going to be the case for the Dinosaur deck. I think Green-Red has the best consistency, obviously. And I think Dinosaurs has a lot of really good white creatures and white removal as well. Especially Settle of the Wreckage. Settle of the Wreckage is just great all around for every single deck. But like the video, of course. Subscribe to the channel. I'm here Monday through Friday from noon Central Standard Time till 5 matches or 3 p.m., whichever one we hit first. Love you guys. Tomorrow will be Fan Friday, so if you guys want to submit a Fan Friday deck, make sure to go to the Facebook group in the description below, or you can hit me up on Twitter at SuperHinoTama. My name is right above there. Send me a deck. I'll look it over, and maybe we'll run it on Fan Friday for the stream on Fridays. But enjoy your day. Next week, we'll be doing probably some more dinos, maybe some Minotaur stuff. Would love to go over maybe another build for the Merfolk, the green-black build with Winding Constrictor. That'll be a ton of fun. But everybody have a great afternoon. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you guys later.